From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
To see somebody's life taken like that, to leave behind a wife and kids, to see the school shootings of what happened, to see that kind of destruction and death, like that just breaks my heart.
Nationwide vigils with Montanans taking part, how cities are paying tribute after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
I'm super frustrated because I feel like this could have been prevented.
Incinerator mishap, what Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter employees and the animals inside breathed in when their halls filled with smoke.
It's just one of those where the views changed every single turn that we made.
And stepping into beauty, what keeps bringing people from across the country to the Tongue River Canyon. Those stories and much more coming up in the next hour. Good morning and welcome back to Montana This Morning on this Friday, September 12th. I'm Hailey Monaco here with Miller Robson, who's very excited that it's Friday.
Always love Friday. Of course, it's football time, yes. And unfortunately, we could have some soggy conditions out there and the possibility of severe weather. We'll tell you more about that as we go along this morning. You can see a great shot there in Miles City. Pretty quiet for you. Miles City, you're one of those areas today where you could see some severe storms and maybe even some excessive rainfall. In fact, you're going to have a better chance of seeing maybe over half an inch of rain than we would here in Billings. Yesterday, we call it a busted forecast. I called a high of 83, didn't even come close. We hit 75, so actually a few degrees below average. Our low of 60, though, about 10 degrees above the norm. Top gusts yesterday of 48 miles an hour. Didn't have any rain really in Billings to speak of, maybe a few drops. Still in the hole for the month. Still looking great for the year. We'll have a look at that latest drought monitor a little bit later on. We do have some thunderstorms still this morning off of what came through last night. Colstrip seeing some storms. Ekalaka, some rain right now brought us also. Graybull, get ready down there in northern parts of Wyoming. A chance to see some rain this morning. We're pretty quiet in Billings. Could see some rain this morning, but really as we get into the afternoon, that's when we have our chance. Temperatures right now, 48 in Livingston as well as Harlingen. We've got 53 in Jordan, 58 in Miles City, 60 in Hardin. Down in Red Lodge, we're at 50, 51 in Sheridan, 58 in Cody. Day planner here in Billings, our high today, trying to get up into the low 80s. We're starting off at 55 right now. But yeah, we're going to have a good bit of cloud cover here, there, and everywhere. Maybe some rain this morning, but later this afternoon, that's where we have a chance to see those storms. Cooler today, 70s and low 80s. But there's your problem, a chance of severe storms. So we'll tell you all about that, and we'll have that weekend forecast for you coming up here in just a bit.
All right, sounds great. Thanks,
TGIF,
Miller.
everybody.
Yes, thank goodness. Yeah. And we begin with breaking news out of West Billings this morning. Billings police say 4 people are now in their custody after stealing alcohol from a business at both knife and gunpoint. It all started late last night. Officers say they responded to bottles and shots on Grand Avenue for a report of a robbery just before 10 o'clock. Employees say the suspects entered the business stealing multiple bottles of alcohol. An employee was also threatened with a knife by one suspect, while officers say another suspect pointed a gun at him. The group then fled the scene, driving away in a stolen silver SUV. Police later found that SUV at the Circle K gas station on Maloney Lane. Now, police say 22-year-old Caleb Doyle, 18-year-old Colby Bershia, 28-year-old Asia Felicia, and 25-year-old Starla Littlelight are now all facing various charges, including robbery, assault with a weapon, possession of stolen property, and obstructing police. Police say all suspects are accounted for and there is no threat to the public. This morning, the Billings Fire Department were on scene of a fire inside a fourplex home. Crews say it all started from a cigarette in a flower pot. In a release, firefighters say the fire happened just after midnight on the 500 block of Howard Avenue. Crews say the fire started on the second floor outside deck and caused significant damage to 2 suites. 2 lower-level apartments also were damaged by water as crews worked to fight the fire above. No word yet on any possible injuries, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. We turn now to the ongoing investigation at Utah Valley University. The FBI continues to search for the suspect behind the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Now, these are new photos of the man believed to be possibly the suspect in the shooting. and right now is described as a person of interest. Authorities still have no motive, but they're now piecing together what happened. They believe the fatal shot was fired from a building about 400 feet away from where Kirk was speaking, with the suspect jumping from the roof before running into the nearby woods. That's where investigators say they found a high-powered bolt-action rifle. Kirk's assassination is the latest in a surge of politically violent acts against people in both parties. Homeland Security expert Donald Harvin says that the hyper-partisan atmosphere has made conditions ripe for violence.
Extremes of the right and left have spent so much time villainizing each other, demonizing each other. They make each other's easy targets for those who are radicalized within their bases.
Thursday, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle called for calm in the wake of the shooting. Now, vigils were held across the country last night. That includes in Bozeman. A prayer vigil was being held at Kirk Park there as others in Montana paid tribute in their own ways. MTN's Cassidy Powers learns one Bozeman man is organizing a memorial for Charlie Kirk and other recent victims of crime.
A school shooting that has left 2 critically injured and the death of a well-known conservative political activist, all in one day. These tragedies have left the nation with heavy hearts and a sense of conflict. But while we can feel separated, one man is working to bring people back together.
It was just kind of a gut punch of just like, this is terrible. It continues to happen. Nobody deserves to have their life taken.
Wyatt Rabel was born and raised in the Gallatin Valley. A business owner, former swing dance teacher, and avid outdoorsman, Wyatt loves this community and hopes to be a part of it for the rest of his life, even though
I'm not much of one to post or be political.
But when Wyatt read the news Wednesday afternoon, something changed for him.
I've felt many times in the past that I'm not doing as much as I could, and so it just kind of dawned on me that now's the time.
On Wednesday, September 10th, Charlie Kirk, a well-known conservative activist, was speaking at Utah Valley University, one of many stops on his national tour. A crowd of hundreds gathered to listen to Kirk speak, but at around 12:20, a shot was fired. Charlie Kirk was killed. Moments later, one state away, a student of Evergreen High School in Colorado opened fire using a revolver. At least 2 students left in critical condition. The suspect shooter later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
To see somebody's life taken like that, to leave behind a wife and kids, to see the school shootings of what happened, just to see that kind of destruction and death, like, that just breaks my heart.
Which is why Wyatt created a post and shared it with a Facebook group. His words read,
"Let's pray for our nation, the families of the victims of the school shootings, Charlie Kirk's family, the families of everyone who has lost loved ones to tragedy lately. If you're sad or down or feeling the weight of the world, let's gather and pray."
Wyatt's Facebook post has gotten mixed comments and has been deleted a number of times, but Wyatt keeps posting. He's reached out to family and community members in an effort to bring people together.
It'd be great if 10 people come. I'll be happy if one person comes.
Thursday night, 6 p.m. at Kirk Park, Wyatt is calling anyone who is feeling heavy-hearted after recent tragedies to be there for your fellow community members.
When we get together and pray tonight, it's not political. It's not for what I think or what you think. It's, hey, this is suffering and it's wrong, and let's bond over that.
In Bozeman, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
Cassidy, thank you. And we are learning more about a drug burn gone wrong at a city-owned incinerator. The incident sent smoke into the Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter as the FBI was burning methamphetamine. This left more than a dozen employees sick and exposed to meth and forcing animals to be rushed outside. Our Isabel Spartz looks into what happened.
It may seem like wash day here at the Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter, but it's the aftermath of a shocking situation.
We're really, really lucky.
Executive Director Trinity Halverson was sitting outside Wednesday when she noticed a strange smell coming from the building.
The little bit longer that I could smell it, I knew that it was something burning in the crematorium, like the incinerary.
Within minutes, thick smoke filled the building.
Several of my staff were coughing.
We were trying to pull everybody out to get them out of that smoke because it was there was billowing smoke out of the room.
Employees like Lizette Worthy rushed to evacuate animals to safety, and after several hours, 14 shelter employees went to Billings Clinic to be treated and were shocked to discover what was in the air.
One of our board members got a call from City Administrator Chris Kokolsi, and he let us know that after doing some research, he got confirmation that they were burning methamphetamine.
The incinerator is owned by the City of Billings. While it's regularly used to burn animal remains, each Wednesday law enforcement also uses it to dispose of narcotics. City Assistant Administrator Kevin Iflin claims the problem lies not with the incinerator itself, but with the negative pressure it creates in the building.
And then there was another thing in place, that there was a 4-foot fan out there, that if there was issues that started to arise, that we could turn that on.
Iflin says that fan was never turned on, along with another problem.
Well, apparently there was a backdraft of some sort coming out of there where smoke was coming out of the incinerator.
Iflin says he has no knowledge of prior problems at the shelter, but Halverson says issues began to arise 2 years ago when smoke would fill the room during burnings. She tells MTN she's reached out to the city multiple times with concerns.
But when they're burning, what they tell us is evidence. It smells like almost like plastic or chemical burn.
All animals Wednesday were taken either outside or off location and are all safe. The employees have all since been released from the hospital.
And I had 14 staff members exposed to smoke inhalation from methamphetamine, plus all of my animals, is not okay. And it should have been prevented.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
Isabel, thank you. Now, law enforcement agencies dispose of confiscated drugs in a variety of ways, and it varies from state to state. Agencies use anything from crematories to foundries to hospital incinerators and specialized businesses to burn drugs. Here in Montana, the Department of Justice has 4 drug incinerators for law enforcement in Billings, Butte, Great Falls, and Glendive, paid for by a lawsuit settlement with a pharmaceutical company. This is video from the unveiling of the incinerator in Butte in 2018. In part of a release from Billings Police, Public Relations Sergeant Jeff Stovall, he says, quote, "The Billings Police Department follows a set schedule for narcotics destruction in which the health department is notified, as well as a documentation of each disposal." The release goes on to say the BPD would like to thank the employees of the Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter for their quick actions in evacuating the animals, as well as the staff from both Intermountain Health and the Billings Clinic Hospital. In continuing coverage this morning, the Bureau of Indian Affairs approved the removal of 10 members of the Northern Cheyenne tribal government. The Society of Chiefs met Wednesday night and in a rare move delivered the request to the BIA on Thursday. This after Northern Cheyenne tribal members claim there was an illegal council meeting aimed at removing President Gene Small. The council voted to remove Small, who wants an audit to find out where more than $991 million has been spent. Now that number again was $91 million. Some say the council did not follow the Northern Cheyenne Constitution and bylaws. Small says the chiefs implemented traditional law to protect the people.
I think that needs to be recognized as a Cheyenne. You know, you're touching on something deeper than, any written constitution or bylaws or tribal code.
MTN tried contacting the 8 members on the tribal council who were removed and have not yet heard back.